Oh, pardon me. Right, we're live. Right, welcome back to another Beard Invades. This week, I have got the Grant Alexander. How you doing, mate?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Good. So it's not too early, too late over there. Early? Yeah. So you're 5 hours behind us, so it's about 3 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, 3
I think
o'clock.
something like that. Cool. Right, so we're live. We've got loads of people in the chat watching. Guys, if you could share this out for Grant, that I'd really appreciate that. We'll just jump straight into it, shall we?
Sounds great.
Oh, let's see if I don't rip my headphones out first. You know, there's one thing that vexes me. It makes me want to torture a small fluffy animal is when I rip my headphones out of my ears.
Got to get some wireless ones.
I've tried that, but they don't like to work with the PC, and I keep losing them. So, not losing headphones, but losing the signal, and then I get frustrated again, and then I'm starting to look for a fluffy animal again, aren't I? Anyway, okay. So, Grant, you've seen these invasions. Tell us a little bit about yourself, will you?
Well, I'm in the capital of Canada, which is Ottawa. I've been kind of making things my whole life, more like taking things apart as a kid, because I would take things apart, didn't really know what I was doing, and I could put them back together the right way. But my whole goal was like, I'll take apart a bunch of computer stuff and build a robot. But I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't understand anything, and I would just take stuff apart and then break it. But later on, I worked in a hobby shop, and I raced remote control cars, and that's like a lot of tinkering with that kind of stuff. I got into more woodworking in the past couple years, as I got my table saw that's somewhere back here. I got that from my grandfather when he passed away, and having a table saw made me try and do some woodwork, and I enjoyed it. So I've kind of been doing a lot more of that. But I'd like to make anything. It just wood is very easy to work with.
Oh yeah, definitely, and cheap.
Yeah.
Well, it depends what wood you want.
Walnut and babinga, that stuff, the cheap stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I'm just going to just read out who we got in the chat for you. Right. We got Douglas Mungham, if that's right. Midnight Joker, Colin Roberts, Wayne the Woodturner, Herb Hopper, Tommy Dunn, Mark the Gentle Woodturner. Let's have a look. Circular Wood by Keith. Jigsy's Workshop. Rob CP. You probably recognize all these. Larry C. Who else we got? Who else? We got Baz from Real Simple Things. We got Wendy from Toonpish Crafts. We got quite a few in tonight. Glyn Senior's in from Yorkshire Grit. Barry Oak. I think that is it. If I've missed someone, I do apologise. So yeah, we've got a nice turnout.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, thank you very much. And what we're going to do now is just going to have a little look at your channel. Okay. Now, normally when I do this pre-recorded, I could cut all these bits out of me messing around, sharing the screen and all that sort of stuff. But unfortunately, I can't cut it out now, so you'll have to watch. So you are currently on 1,420 odd subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many videos you got on here?
50 or 51.
Cool. So you started a year ago uploading.
Yeah.
There's some nice stuff in it. I mean, I must admit, I haven't looked at worked way through your videos. Like we were discussing earlier, you can't possibly keep up with everybody's videos, But there's Sorry?
No. Yeah, I was going to agree with you.
There's a nice assortment of lots of wood stuff here.
Yeah.
Right then. Okay, let's go back onto that one. Right. Okay. So, why YouTube? What made you upload that very first video?
So why YouTube kind of goes back to my son was born, and usually I just would watch TV, but he really didn't like being in front of the TV, and I would like hold him, and then he would fall asleep on my lap, and all I had with me was my phone. So I started watching YouTube videos, and I found a channel called My Self-Reliance, and he's a guy who's out in the middle of nowhere, Ontario. And he built a log cabin without power tools all by himself. And I just went, wow, that's like something I would love to do. I obviously don't have the skills, abilities, tools, or time, but I just thought it was really cool. And I just saw him like making YouTube videos, and I went, you know, I'd really like to do that. And I started watching some of his friends, and they were doing these camping videos where they go like solo into the bush and kind of do some fun stuff like that. So I bought a GoPro going, I'm going to do that. And anyway, going into the bush is a lot harder and takes a lot more time and is, prep and everything like that. But going into my garage, I can take 10 minutes and go and make something. And that's kind of how I went YouTube. I was going to go do the fun out in the wilderness things. And if everyone checks out my, I have a solo solo camping video. It's one of my latest videos.
Yeah.
So I actually went and did that eventually, but they are a lot more work, and it's yeah. But and then the making thing kind of took off, and it was interesting to see the community around it that I didn't expect.
Yeah, it's funny how every one of these invasions I do, the community comes up some way, shape, or form in the invasion. And that just shows it, it is what it is for itself. It's such a good community,
Yeah, it's one of the best places. Like for the 99% of the interactions I have with people are positive.
Yeah.
Like real life is not that good of numbers. We all talk about those negative comments we get on channels and stuff, but if you look at even in real life, walking down the aisle at a supermarket, you get more like bad looks.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me.
Well, yeah, it's the beard. I think it's the beard.
Yeah,
you look a bit of a ruffian there. If you know what a ruffian is, it's just it's just a rough sleeper, rough person. Anyway, so
I'm from Canada, so we get British stuff.
Yes, good.
Yeah,
good.
Right. I'm not American. I put all the U's in the appropriate words.
Yeah,
and all that. Yeah.
So how about aluminium?
I say aluminum.
Oh, well, there you go. There we go. Okay.
I always felt that was an accent thing. It just doesn't sound right when I say it with my accent.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Aluminium. I sound wrong. I don't know.
Well, my mother-in-law, she's Canadian, and I think she still says a lot of things like that. But anyway, right. So, guys, in the chat, we've got a few more coming. We've got Huey, SK Crafts, and a few others. Guys, if you have any questions for Grant, put them in the chat. Start them with the word question or a capital Q, and I'll try my best to ask them. So, inspirations. Is there anything that's inspired you to do what you do?
Well, so I'll it kind of, like I said, my self-reliance was a big one. Then from there, I kind of saw like Matthias Wandel. He was he was in Ottawa, so he's in my same town. And then there's obviously like people like Jimmy DiResta. Like my first couple of videos, it was like I want to make videos just like Jimmy. But what I realized is I'm not Jimmy, right? Yeah. And so as much as I was inspired by him, I went, that's not my voice. And I didn't feel like the videos were I don't know. If you don't watch my earlier videos, they're not very good. But because they're not me, right?
Nobody likes their first couple of videos. They're always a bit cringy. If I go back and look at mine, I'm thinking, oh God, what was I thinking?
You're thinking of speeding everything up 16 times.
Exactly. And you can really see, if you look closely at everybody's first couple of videos, their influences in why they are doing what they do, because it kind of imprints itself on your first videos.
And then luckily after that, people get better.
Well, this is it. You do, don't you? You learn where you are, what you're comfortable with, and your equipment and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Shall we have a little tour of your shop? It looks a nice size. Is it a double garage? Is it?
Yeah. So I got a double garage up here, and then I have my furnace room for in the winter. I just mainly do glue ups down there, and then I have an office that I do editing. But we'll stick around here. We'll start. So this is like the garage that enters into my house. So let me try and get a good camera angle. So this is like my spare wood storage. I've got around, there's like a garage, there's an attic up there that I also, because you can never have enough storage. So I got that. And then I've got this like outfeed table with my sander. I've got I was saying, this is my grandfather's old Craftsman table saw. So it's a contractor one with the motor hanging out the back.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Then I've got like I like vintage tools, so I've got like a 4-inch vintage jointer here. And then I've got one of my favorite tools, and this was bought directly because of Jimmy DeRessa. It's a 1946 Delta bandsaw, 14-inch. Nice. And then I got new tools, and this is my planer, and it's one of my least favorite tools because it's new. So then I also, because this is like a shared space, I've got like my bicycles and my little stroller over there. And then I was just finishing up a project, and I haven't cleaned up yet. So there's my, table that I put together to paint something. And then over here, I have a folding bench, because in the winter, my wife parks her car in this side of the garage. So I fold that away. But in the summer, we get away with, kicking her outside. I've got a drill press and some storage, random wood everywhere. A scroll saw, but it's actually broken. So it's a 1970s scroll saw, but the little spring broke that holds this part up. So I don't know what to do with it. And more storage. Now I also do like work on cars. So I have like all the tools to work on cars.
All right.
But I don't really do any videos of that because that's different thing. And I guess the last thing is I've got another workbench here. And that came with the house. So
yeah.
It probably needs to be replaced. It's not that just a piece of plywood with a couple 2x4s. Yeah. But you kind of work with what you have, right?
Yeah, yeah. Of course you do, yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to see more in detail?
No, that's fine. I mean, I like the fact that you're keeping some of those really old tools going. I mean, like anywhere in the world you are, the older stuff is always a lot better quality, and it's made to keep going, isn't it? Yeah. Really. But definitely, I love those tools, the old ones.
Yeah, that bandsaw just is a beautiful piece of machinery. Just to think it's 80 years old and it's one of my best functioning tools.
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool thought.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's it. You look after it; it'll go for another 80 years, no problem.
Yeah.
Right. So did I see a question in there somewhere? Yes, question, and it is from Douglas Mongum. Question: what does Grant turn mainly now? I didn't see a lathe there. Do you do turnings?
No, I don't do any turning. So my dad has a shopsmith. I don't know if you guys ever had that over in the UK.
Yeah, I've seen one. Yeah.
Okay, so he has a shopsmith. So I've actually watched him. We built something together, and he did the wood turning part when I was a kid. And built a train, and the body of the train is turned wood. And he's offered me the shopsmith, but it's kind of like one of those things where I go, I know this seems like a lot of room, but once you get a car parked in here and you got the bicycles and a snowblower, you end up going, well, where am I going to put everything? And so I don't have a lathe right now. It is one of the things I'd like to get because there's just some things that you just go, if I had a lathe, this would be so much easier.
But it also opens up another avenue for videos and spending money.
Yeah, that's not something I need then. The videos, yes. The spending money, maybe not. If there's anyone out there who wants to send me a lathe, then I'll gladly, accept it.
There you go. I'm sure there'll be someone out there. Okay, so projects. Oh, actually, no, Makers Central. Do you think you'll be coming over next year for that?
I would love to. So I don't know if you know Bishy Rasco.
Yeah.
Yeah. He offered to let me sleep on his couch if I made the trip, but things being canceled and all, and it's kind of expensive to fly over for a weekend. But if I come into some money, I'll be there. Yeah. / if the borders are open.
Yes. Yeah. I actually met Bishy last year. I was getting a coffee from somewhere further down from in the NEC, and this bloke standing next to me, this huge bloke, because he's massive. It's like, oh, I know you. He was like, and I was looking up at him like, it's hello. I don't know who you are, but yeah, he's a real nice chap, really nice. Okay, well, it'd be nice to see you if you can raise the money. Maybe do a GoFundMe to get you over here. Okay, so projects. Yes. What projects are you working on at the moment? If you want to tell us, that is.
At the moment, the only thing that's really on the workbench is I'm working on some paddles, canoe paddles. Right. I've been refinishing a couple that were my dad's that he gave to me when he gave me his canoe. They're 40-plus-year-old ones. And then I have some canoe blanks that somebody gave me, and I'm going to try my hand at using the spoke shave and giving that a shot. And otherwise, everything else is on the computer right now.
Oh, right. Okay.
Got some videos I need to edit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So are you laminating your paddles? Are you making them laminated?
So the first ones I've got were just straight. Actually, I'll just grab one. So they're just like this one's.
Oh yeah.
Early maple or bird's eye maple.
Oh, that's lovely.
So it's just a straight piece.
Yeah.
That's not laminated, but one day I would like to laminate them. There's a guy in Ottawa. His name is Andrew Zeto. SZETO. You can look him up on YouTube, but he makes beautiful ones with skateboard laminations.
Oh yeah, the colored stuff. Yeah.
He does a lot of fun stuff like that. And he lives in Ottawa, so maybe one day I'll convince him to, show me the ropes.
Do a collab, maybe.
Yeah. It's hard because it's one of those things that he actually sells them, so it's
Yeah.
Maybe he'd like the exposure. Maybe not. I don't know.
If he's selling them, then exposure's good for him.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got a couple more coming. We've got Shop Dog Workshop. We got Mark Pritchard. Who else? I did see someone. We've got Damo, Barry Oak. I think that's all the. Oh yeah, Ian in the Shed is in as well.
Howdy, everyone.
Right. Okay. So let's move on. I've done so many of these invasions, and I still have to look at my aid memoir. And you know what? I had a flood in my workshop yesterday because it was coming down so bad. and this was on the floor.
Oh no!
Look, there's hardly anything left of it. So
still dripping. That's crazy.
yeah, I'm kind of, and there's sawdust mixed in with it, and also anyway. So is there a tool? Oh dear,
we lost your camera. There you are.
What's going on there? Oh God. See, the people in the chat don't know the problems we had earlier on. My microphone, I kept pulling the lead out of my microphone. Every time I went to grab my mouse, I pulled the lead out. Anyway, tools. Is there a tool that you love to use, a tool that you hate to use?
All right. Well, love to use is very easy. The bandsaw, I love to use it. I actually enjoy using my table saw, but it's more like nostalgia because in reality, the fence on it is garbage, and it's really like, I don't know, feels underpowered sometimes. But the nostalgia of it being like something my grandfather used is kind of cool. In terms of tools I hate to use, I really hate using my brad nailer. It's like my least favorite tool because I was like, oh, I'll buy a brad nailer / stapler. So it can do both. And I was like, great. But in reality, what it does is it's a stapler that you can somehow also put brad nails in. So it leaves a giant chunk, like it pushes into the wood as if it was a staple every time. So you're filling these massive holes. So anytime I use it, I'm like annoyed that I sprung for the dual tool. So basically, anytime the tool says I can do more than one thing, I don't believe it anymore. You
should be able to adjust the pressure, surely, so it doesn't go down so far.
You can. The problem I found is that then oftentimes the nail doesn't stick in.
Oh, right.
Because it's just not designed very well. Like it's So you either have the nail head sticking out, and then you spend 10 minutes with a nail set, or the thing pops in and you spend 10 minutes filling the hole. Like you're just spending 10 minutes one way or the other. It's which one you want to do.
Right. Okay. That's fair enough. So, guys, if you see those, don't buy one. Right. We have a question from Becky. Do you, Grant, have any further toy videos in the works?
Yes, I have. In my mind, I want to make 1 million toys for my son. I would like one of the next ones to be like a pull toy. You know, like a lot of people do, like a little duck with like little ducks behind it or something like that. I just haven't figured out. He keeps changing his mind on what his favorite animal is. So I kind of want to go like get whatever his favorite animal is and make it. Right now he's stuck on ducks, but ducks is what everyone does. And I want to do something different. So I might do, I don't know. I haven't figured it out. But yeah, Becky, definitely.
Thanks for the question there. Okay, so direction of channel. So where would you hope to be with your channel 12 months from now?
North. Maybe east. Sorry, that was a bad joke.
Okay.
Where would I like to be with my channel? I think I really like how it's going right now. There's a lot of great, community, a lot of great people commenting and watching my videos. And I really enjoy the kind of feedback I'm getting from that. I like, I just kind of want to keep going and see where it takes me. I want to do what I like, not, a lot of people like to try and figure out what sells and then do that. And I don't know. I don't want to do that. I want to, if anything, I'm afraid of success. I don't want, if it becomes too successful in a particular direction, I would be afraid and like screw it up somehow. So, if I get known as being the person who does X, Y, or Z, I'll probably end up doing A, B, or C.
Yeah. Right then. Okay. Any more questions from anyone? Right. So camera equipment, what do you use to record your videos and edit?
Yeah, so 90% or 95% of my recording is done with a GoPro Hero 7 Black. I chose the black because of the batteries are exchangeable.
Yeah.
That way, it's kind of like having a grill or something. You have to have extra batteries, and if you go with the silver or the white, you have to plug it in. And no, that's not good enough. So that's the only reason why I went with the black. I didn't care about all the extra action features. If I'm doing close-ups, I've found that using my phone works way better. I've got a Google Pixel 3a, and the camera on it's just awesome compared to for close-up. For anything like the GoPro is great that it has like this. You can it's literally
super view. Yeah,
super view. Everything is in focus until you get close. Then nothing is.
Yeah.
And then for editing, I use like a 4-year-old laptop that can barely handle editing anything. And I use Vegas Movie Studio Platinum.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, it does the job. I mean, there's nothing wrong with your videos. They're nice.
It's just more when I press the little play button to try and review what I'm doing, it kind of chunks along. So I have to like pretty much anytime I do anything special effects related, I have to export the video to see if I did a good job or not.
Yeah. I use the Hero 5 Black, and I love it. But just lately, I've been using these, the OBS on the laptop with the webcams.
Yeah,
because you can I've got a great big TV up there, and I can kind of look across to make sure I'm in frame and that sort of thing. So, but outside and that, and the GoPro is great.
Yeah. The obvious problem with the GoPro is not being able to see yourself. And you can hook it up to your phone to like see if you're in frame and stuff. But I always find it disconnects. Like as much as the GoPro's camera quality is amazing, their user interface has been garbage since day one. Like
definitely,
we've had. I work on the weekends. I work on a race team that we race BMWs, and we've had like every GoPro iteration throughout the years. From like when they had no screen at all, and you just pressed you press record. Hopefully it worked. To do in-car video, but so they've improved a lot by having a screen, but their user interface is like the worst.
No, it's no good at all, really. When you link it to your phone, and there's actually an app within the app. Where you link it to your phone, and you can. There's an app for editing. Yeah, and it is terrible. Yep. I took one look at it and just, I'm not even going near that. Yeah. It's just dire.
The only thing it's good for is there's a feature on the thing that you can add a highlight. It's really good at finding those highlights that you have tagged. So while you're recording, if you just say "wow," right, or "wow," any like exclamation, it adds a highlight there.
That's right. Yeah.
And then it goes in, and if you want to use the editing software, it pulls all those out and goes, that's what you wanted to see, right? And you're like, yeah, that is what I wanted to see. But other than that, it's
garbage. Right. Okay, then. So shout out. Do you have a shout out for me to put? I'll put the link in the description if you send it over to me.
All right. Well, do I get one or two?
You can have as many as you like, because you're Invasion.
Okay. As many as I like? Okay.
As many as you like.
I won't take all that time, but I'll do the there's two people I do a podcast with called the Creating, Living, and Making podcast, and both these people I think deserve a lot more views. The first is Maker Mackie. He is an Australian guy, and he's got some great ideas and does great videos, and I just feel like they're too intermittent for the algorithm or something. I don't know what it is, and he just hasn't got the traction that I think he deserves. And then the other guy is Morley Kurt, and he just does some great stuff with leather and woodworking and different mediums, and I think they're both great. And that's the people I'm going to shout out.
Cool. Yeah, you just shoot them over on a message, and I'll whack them in there. My shout out this week is for Wendy. That's Toompish Crafts. I've been following Wendy on Instagram. She does a lot of resin work. Like usually, she uses a lot of molds. I don't know how many molds she's got, but she's got lots. But the work that she's pulling out of these molds, it's not normal. It's like, yeah, fill a mold, blah blah blah. But she puts pigment in there first, and she paints the inside, and then she puts the resin on top, and what's coming out is just is stunning. So yeah, my shout out this week is for Wendy at Toopish Crafts. Okay, so that's it. You've survived a beard invades.
That's it. No more questions from the audience?
I can't see any. No, guys, come on. If you got any questions for Grant, chuck them in there. You're welcome, Wendy. We've got Doug from Pole Barn in. I hope you're doing all right, Doug. He's and recovering. Let's just have a little look. I'm going to just check that I haven't missed any questions. I mean, we've had a lot of comments about the old tools. No, that's it. Oh, thanks, Shop Dog. Shop Dog's just put a super chat in. Thanks very much. So thanks for that, Grant. I really appreciate you taking the time and letting us into your world over there in Canada. As there's going to be a few jealous people with them tools.
Yeah,
I used to use one similar. I used to use a bench saw or table saw, very similar to that. Is that the one where the motor's out the back and the belt is? Yeah. It literally go through anything. Cast iron. It was a cast iron top on a metal frame that someone had welded together. You know, brilliant.
That's what my bandsaw sits on. A welded together thing, like this stand that someone built, and it's you can tell it's homemade, but it was made like that's when you bought the bandsaw and you didn't want to pay the extra for the DeWalt or not DeWalt Delta stand, and you just made your own. It looks great. I like it. It kind of adds to the character. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, you should make it original," and I'm like,
Well, to be honest, you want something nice and heavy and over-engineered to keep the center of gravity low when you're using the bandsaw. So we've got a few people that are going to be re-watching this because they missed the beginning. And that's it, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure if it's who's live after this. It might be the Blue Light Turner, or it could be, I'm not sure. It could be Mark the Gentleman Wood Turner. But either way, check both channels out. Make sure that they're not live. Next week we have Andy Pugh. So make sure you tune in, guys, next week. I want loads and loads and loads of questions. Andy Pugh is known for his questions. His questions on Makers International podcast. He's the only one that ever sends questions in. So I want plenty of questions next week, guys, if that's all right.
I can't believe Andy's not here asking questions.
Oh, no.
If anyone was here asking questions, I'm surprised Andy's not here.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he couldn't be here tonight because he's I think his daughter's getting her exam results today. Wow. So he said he'll try and get in. If not, then he'll rewatch it. So there you go, Andy.
Well, I'll check back in the comments, Andy. If you make any questions in the comments, I'll answer them.
And remember, guys, head and check out the guys. They're not there yet, but they will be in the description when Grant sends them over. But head over, check them out, and don't forget to go over and check out Wendy at Toopish on Instagram and follow her, please. Anyway, thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Let's just